I don't know if this did it for me. Hello and welcome, my name is Vincent. I'm super happy to have you here. Now, I know that the tabletop industry is filled with tons of people, enthusiastic, excited, and just loving board games, tabletop games, all that fun stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I'm one of those people. I love tabletop games. The thing is, though, I'm not going to be artificial and just say everything's great, everything's wonderful, I love everything. And I feel like some channels kind of dive into that, so this isn't going to be one of those kinds of videos. Let me just say I love KeyForge, I love the mechanics of it. I think it's one of the most well-designed card games I've ever played. I think that it is really cool. I love the art style, the overall mechanics, all that good stuff. Now, with Dark Tidings, I know that this video might not seem relevant because Dark Tidings came out months ago, but, you know, it's just been something that I've been sitting on. You know, I'm more of a casual player, you know, but I'm casual in the sense I've still spent hundreds of dollars on KeyForge. I haven't spent thousands. I mean, if you're watching this video, there's a good chance that you probably spent thousands. Like you might be more into it than I am, but I'm someone that has personally gotten a lot of friends into KeyForge, at least at a casual level. I've gotten probably a dozen people into it, but they all sort of play whenever I'm interested in playing, and they have a good time with it. But, you know, it's sort of like me as the game master, like showing off the game. So with KeyForge Adventures, I was super excited about this because it seemed like a great opportunity to really expand the bubble that KeyForge has to a new audience, and to get KeyForge interested among like board gamers. Now the thing is when I first did the KeyForge Adventures, which, you know, is a print and play, which is sort of a weird release for Fantasy Flight, so people basically, if they wanted a physical copy, didn't want to go through the hassle of printing out all the stuff and cutting out and all that, they would have to spend like, I don't know, $75 for like that plus the other, you know, conspiracy set from like a third-party website. And so people are having to pay a lot more money for it, or do a lot more work, which is just a weird thing, you know. To me, that's just kind of weird, kind of an odd release for it, and I think that kind of hurts it in a way. But hey, if it's fun, then, you know, it's worth it. So I bought the 2-player Dark Tidings set to play with it, to fit thematically, and doing a solo battle against the Keyraken was that was a lot of fun. I actually had a good time with it, and I think that if you want to play KeyForge solo, it's genuinely a fun way to play. Like, I did have a good time playing solo with it, and I'm not really a solo gamer. I mean, a lot of times I feel like there's just kind of too much going on with my hands, you know, just where it's just me, where it's just not really my thing in general, but I did find that to be fun. But I thought, like, whoa, what's going to be way more fun is co-op. KeyForge co-op just sounds like so much fun. The problem is it just, you know, we use the Dark Tidings deck, so we were playing a relatively low power decks, I would say. I don't really know what the rating of these decks are, but the game went on forever. It went on like way too long, and we had like no hope of winning. Like, it was. Now, I get it's hard to balance because there's procedurally generated decks, but unfortunately, since the game went on so long, there wasn't any like game design mechanics to help with that, where I think we played for like 3 hours and then we finally lost, and it was like, even at the hour mark, like, it felt like there's no way we could win. So it's like a slow burn to our death over the course of like 2 extra hours. And I get that that's probably not the norm, you know, like I get that. I mean, we played co-op with 3 players versus the Keyraken, but it really burned out my friends so much that they don't even want to touch, they haven't even cared to touch KeyForge again. So this has had the exact opposite reaction, and I've really, I just really hate seeing that, you know. It's something that sorry, I'm distracted because I heard someone knocking at my door, but luckily my fiance's here. But I was really hoping that this would be able to get more people into KeyForge, and I think at a casual level, it's just not the game for that. I think maybe you're more like hardcore, like board game audience. I think maybe they could have a fun time with it. I'm not sure that it would really win them over either. And as far as the conspiracy set, I haven't been able to play it with anyone because they saw my they either were my friends that played the first thing with me, or they saw that we did that and heard bad things about it from my other friends that now they're not interested in even playing that with me. So in a way, this set kind of killed my group's enthusiasm for KeyForge. We can't play. Hold on, I'll be right back. All right, so I'm cutting back into this. I had a weird 15 minutes just now because of a long story that if you want to hear, you can jump into our Discord in our description below, where we talk about games and anime. We'd love to have you there. But anyways, KeyForge Adventures, I was just hoping would be something that really would be appealing to a lot of people. Instead, it killed my friend group with KeyForge, and it sucks because I love KeyForge. I want to play it, but I'm also just upset because, Dark Tidings, for example, the set here, I was super excited to be able to dive into, pun intended. But unfortunately, in this 2-player starter set, I didn't get any of the unfathomables. It's so hard to say. And I get that it's random. You're going to get a random 3 houses out of both. Unfortunately, I got pretty much matching houses. I think it was only 1 house is different in the 2 decks I got. And I just think that Fantasy Flight could do a lot more to sort of seed your experience. Magic the Gathering does this thing where if they release a set that's all about transforming cards, they did this in 2012 with a Gothic horror set where some characters would transform into werewolves, some would be bats that transform into vampires. Every single card pack you open would be random, but would include at least 1 transforming card. So that way, no matter, in every set, every card pack would have that Gothic horror vibe to it, plus you'd be able to open these transform mechanics. So this set is all about the Unfathomable being introduced there on the front of the box, and you have the Evil Twins. Both really fun ideas that I just don't get to play with. It just doesn't feel like I really got a Dark Tidings experience. And people say, well, Vincent, it's meant to be, rare and hard to get, so you keep buying more and more and more and more. I get that. You can have maybe I feel like Evil Twin should be more common, and you could have maybe a foiled Evil Twin deck that is incredibly rare. That could be the highly sought after thing, or something like that. Or maybe the Evil Twins are still very rare, but you have it where every 2-player starter set comes with 1 guaranteed unfathomable house within one of the decks, or something. I mean, something like that. It sucks trying to buy into a set and have your first experience not really feel like what the set's trying to do. Imagine a Halloween set in KeyForge, and you buy the starter set and you don't get anything Halloween related. Now I do like that it looks like that's freezing up a bit there. Okay, there we go. Okay. I do like that they changed the Shadows cards to be pirate themed. I think we need a lot more of that, because the art's kind of getting samey, with some of the houses. It all the cards look the same, which can be a good thing because it thematically ties them together. But I do like seeing spin. So if we see a Halloween house, for example, I need them to actually change the houses to reflect that. So maybe Sanctum is glowing orange instead of glowing yellow. Things like that. That'd be really cool. So hopefully that's what we get in the future. I need to see the themes seeded throughout the set more. I think more people will fall off the game if we don't see that. Now you could be watching saying, well, I'm not going to fall off, blah, 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 blah. I'm not saying I'm not saying my opinion's correct for everyone. It's not. There's people with a wide variety of opinions. I'm just saying as a small voice that I know is replicated somewhere else out there, and I know my friends have different tastes than I do, and seeing them fall off of it. I'm just saying that this is why, and if you're watching this as someone who loves KeyForge, loves Fantasy Flight, maybe you're connected with them, maybe just consider those things, because I want to see this game succeed. I love this game a lot. I want to play more of this game. I want to support this game, but those are just some issues that I'm having, my friends are having, and hopefully we'll get to have a fun KeyForge future. Now, if you didn't know, I actually created a multiplayer format for KeyForge, which is actually my favorite way to play KeyForge. I know it might sound like I'm biased, but I actually think that the fun, zany nature of KeyForge, the wackiness, sort of the chaoticness and the art style, everything. I think it fits very well for a multiplayer format. So if you're interested in seeing that, I'll drop a link below. It's an article. You should check it out. It's actually, I think it's one of the top results, if not the top result for KeyForge multiplayer. So be sure to check that out. It's a lot of fun. I definitely recommend it. And it's free to play. You don't have to, I mean, of course you need your KeyForge decks, but you don't have to, sit there and buy the print and play, or like the, from the third-party printers or whatever. Anyways, I'm done rambling. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Stay awesome. See ya.
Guess I have no choice. It's time to save the world.